want to hear you talk.
Yeah. Well, we might as well start talking.
Yeah, let's just get it going.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let's wish everyone out there who's either going to hop on or is going to watch this after first happy Memorial Day weekend. First of all, I know it's in quarantine right now, so normally you'd probably be going out to the river or Vegas, going on a vacation. Secondly, Eric and I want to say thank you to our followers. We just hit 1,000 followers, so perfect timing for us with the Memorial Day weekend and to hit 1,000 followers. We thought it'd be really cool to do a live happy hour talking basically about the future of music. Eric and I been best friends. We met at an old job, Stater Brothers, which was a grocery store. And some of our favorite things to do together was go to live concerts together. So I know Memorial Day weekend, I'm sure, was a huge, huge weekend for partying and live music. So since we're all home, we said, hey, you know what? Let's do this happy hour. If anyone joined, it'd be really cool. We didn't expect a ton of people, but we want to really talk about Corona and the effect on live concerts going forward. I'll go ahead and pass it over to Eric.
Yeah, well, first of all, we got to cheers. It's happy hour, right?
Yeah, I actually do.
I got my beer.
Got a little St. Archer's going.
Time for Friday, even though it doesn't really matter anymore because...
Every day's Friday.
Who knows what day it is anymore? Who knows what day it is, number one, and we'll just be at home tonight and tomorrow anyways, so either way, I guess it's still a nice thought to have Friday on the mind. But came here, just wanted to thank you guys for, it's a small milestone, but it's a big one for us to reach 1,000. Kind of just started off as an idea, wanting to thank, I wanted to just show my appreciation for music, and, Shane came along and, we just love music. We love going to shows, and just having him, come along, is just perfect. So it's been really cool talking to, different people from around the world, and just sharing our love for music and for vinyl and for concerts and you name it. Like there's so many people that love what we love. So it's just been a really great experience so far. So yeah, it's been really cool. But so we want to kind of just talk about concerts. Right now, typically is prime time for concerts and
start summer. This is the weekend that kicks off summer, so you would have a huge selection of concerts, all genres, right? That music industry is going to take a huge financial hit this summer.
Right. So, I mean, we're just, in my mind, I'm thinking like I think Shane and I were supposed to go to a concert maybe a week or so ago, and, of course it got canceled, so, it bums us out, but we understand because, just that's the way it is right now, and, gets rescheduled, and, we can't wait to go back, but just the main question is, are we going to feel comfortable going back already, or is the world going to change for good now? Like, are we going to have still a general pit type of thing, or are we going to have, like, barriers in between us? So we just kind of wanted to talk about that, and, Shane, do you want to...
Right, yeah. I mean, just the other day I was watching a YouTube video of last year's Coachella, and I think it was Fisher, and he was playing a song, I'm Losing It. And there was literally just, 50, 60,000 people together in a crowd. And I was thinking, will this ever go back to that? And if it does, how long will it be? Like you said, there's always going to be a certain amount of people that aren't going to care about it at all. Then you're going to have people that are super paranoid about it and don't want to go back in these crowds and everything like that. So, I think for the state of California, at least, they're saying like concerts are stage 4, like on their stage 4 plan to reopen and start, which is probably more towards the end of the year. But it's going to be weird, right? Like, how do you when you go to a grocery store, they have the X's on the floor, right? Like the 6 feet. I mean, are you going to do that thousands of times for people at concerts? Like, what about small venues? Sometimes some of the best concerts I've been to have been at a very small stage, a small venue, where you're really close to the stage and seeing the artist. Or then like stuff like Coachella, where there's just hundreds of thousands of people, packed together. Is that done? And how long will it take before we do get back to a scene like that? I think most music fans would probably take a risk of some sort to go back to a concert and be with a group of people just because it's music and they love music in that sense. But I'm just wondering the time frame and how much maybe regulation there will be from, government or health reasons. Hey, we don't want crowds of people getting together like that anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be very strange. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I, of course, miss live music, and I can't wait to go to another concert because that's kind of like my main escape. And right now it's just not there, so it's kind of strange. But I'm lucky enough I got a couple in before this all started. Oddly enough, the performer that I saw, which was, I think, maybe a week or two before I think the quarantine started, Ed O'Brien, the guitar player from Radiohead, he actually contracted Corona.
Really?
After, yeah. So we had met him afterwards, shook his hand, and we're talking face to face with him. At that point, it was just kind of like there's this thing going on, and people are talking about it, and but it's not here in the U.S. Like, we don't need to worry about it. So,
right.
It was kind of on our minds, but we weren't like, it's not going to get here. It's, one of those things that doesn't happen. So, just kind of strange for him to get it. And then, we had just saw him, and then now we're entering quarantine. But, I miss going to concerts, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to want to be standing in a crowd of people, anytime soon, like even the next few months.
Right. Right. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I was around a big group of people like that in a concert setting. Hold on, you're kind of breaking up.
Oh, yeah.
Still there?
Let me grab some headphones so I could hear you better.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
In some of the beats, I mean, and I'll say even like the first time going out, being around a lot of people, I was pretty hesitant. Not really hesitant, but it felt different to be around that many, I guess, random people that you don't know. It felt, very awkward because I've been quarantined or trying to stay as clean and healthy as possible. But yeah, I'm really curious this effect. I got a in the newspaper here. Trying to kind of show. It says, "Are we ready to rock?" And it's basically the San Diego Union Tribune did a whole article on the future of music, and they were saying in temperature checks, sanitation stations can greatly reduce capacity. I mean, to a certain extent, you're going to have to. How much of that is going to hinder like you enjoying the show and even having fun, right? Like, the sanitation, like, first of all, concerts are probably some of the nastiest fucking places I've ever been to, some of them, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have normally a line of porta potties, right? Like, let's just talk about before Corona, just like the pissing situation. Like, there's normally just a corner, for guys, I don't know for women, I can't speak for them, but for guys, normally if the line's too long for a porta potty or something, you just find somewhere to piss. Or you go in a nasty porta potty, and there's like just porta potties like stacked on top of each other. And half the time you don't even wash your hands. They have like those like little like makeshift. You know, I'm talking about like the water, like where a little soap comes out, and most people.
I don't know, man. I wash my hands, man.
I'm not saying I don't wash my hands, but I'm just saying, hey, most people there are inebriated, drunk, drugs, having a good
about
time.
Other people. Yeah.
I'm talking about other people, not myself, but I'm just saying in general, how are you going to regulate that? How are you going to keep that in line? Like I think, especially like a thing for Coachella, right? How many people are on drugs, not in the right mindset out there? You can't be controlling those people. And it's weird. I mean, like I was saying, concerts are just I think one of the things with concerts and music, it's people like it so much, especially live concerts and festivals, is that kind of like freedom and to get away from reality, to get away from your job, the constant stress of life, all the control, and to maybe now have like concert control that could kill the fun of it. If you're constantly having to get your temperature checked or whatever the sanitation thing is, or you can't stand next to people, it might kill music for a while, and it's unfortunate. But I agree with you too. As much as I miss live music, how soon would myself actually go back in a big crowd of people?
Yeah.
Because like you said, you and I, when we were a little younger, we used to like to be in the crowd a lot. But now that we're a little older, we like to have seats, kind of get away from there. So now, probably really want to get away from there,
Yeah, I mean, not only the concert goers, but even the artists and the crew. They gotta work with these people that put the stage together, and their guitar techs, drum techs.
Right.
The workers. It just doesn't affect not only the people going, it's everyone that's a part of it. So I'm sure that the artists are probably aching to get out more than the actual people going to the concerts, because that's how they make their money, and that's how the crew makes their money, and that's what they do. That's like their passion, anyways, to make music for people. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's gonna be really tough. Like I said, I want to go, but I don't even know. Even if there was seats in between me and the next person or something, let's say. It's the same thing. Like, I don't even think I would enjoy it as much, because part of being at a concert is being with all the people and being with the energy and of the crowd. And it's just, if that's going to change, that just, I don't know. I mean, it's maybe just something to get used to, but it's just really strange. But
think of like two.
And then like, if you have to go and wear a mask or something, like, how are you gonna have a beer? How are you gonna sing? How are you gonna talk to your friends or whoever? It just makes, even going to the market right now with a mask is such a pain, but I mean, you got to do it.
How about right now?
There you go.
Are you still there? How about now? I'm not ready to rock. I don't look ready to rock. I look scared. Let's get that thing off. But it's weird. I mean, if everyone's going to be with a mask, it's going to be very odd, like you said. Hi, Maka is waving.
Maka 04.
It's going to be Maka 04. Thanks for joining. It's going to be very, very different, like you said. And then, think about maybe for the more metal fans or rock fans, like a pit that could be potentially gone, right? Like pushing a random touching random people, that's for sure not going on anytime soon. Crowd surfing, that's gone. Like, there's a lot. It's gonna be odd.
Hey man, don't touch me unless you got gloves on.
Yeah, maybe they'll be selling artist gloves. And then that's bringing up a new thing. Do you think that more venues will now be outdoors compared to indoor venues? Because outdoors you can spread people out more. Indoor venues, we might see a lot of indoor venues go out of business because of this. What do you think on that? Because think about how many, like the Music Box in San Diego, it's a small venue. It's normally, lined up with shows. They got to be hurting, and that place is small. What can they do? If they can only let a certain amount of people in, that's going to hurt financially for them.
Yeah. I don't know. They're too big of questions. I don't know what kind of like financial situation. I mean, I would think if Live Nation owns a majority of these venues, there might be some type of
Right.
like insurance type of thing to cover them. But maybe like a cafe or something that people go to every week just to catch some new local artists. They're the ones. I preferred kind of doing those things now to find something new.
Right.
So that sucks that those are going to be impacted. But I don't know. Yeah, who knows? A lot of these smaller places like the Music Box. I love the Music Box, or the Henry Fonda, I think it's called now.
Good venue. Good venue.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that place never goes out of business. But it's like we've never experienced something like this, and you would hope they have some type of emergency savings or something to get them through this time. But
or some sort of support or bailout.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Let's see. I think we got 2 people still with us here. Maka 04 and Vinyl Lab 93.
Are you guys drinking with us? Let us know.
Do you guys have any drinks?
It's happy hour. I'm in Los Angeles. Shane's in San Diego. I don't know where you guys are from.
If you guys could comment where you're from, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. But I hope we can return to normal at some point. Yes. Amberosa Link, Corona. Wait a minute, you can't be drinking those right now? I'm just kidding.
Hey, you got the coronavirus.
Corona intake. We got the Modelo virus here, so.
I'm thinking too, there's got to be some sort. I think there will be some sort of huge concert that's going to donate. You would think would donate the ticket money to people.
Well, a lot of people are doing, like they're contributing to different, like unions for the workers and, I think like stagehands and I think Staples Center, like some of the players are paying the staff for like a few months.
I saw that. So, I did see that. Yeah.
So that's really cool that they're doing that. I mean, these people, are just like us. They're not making a ton of money to be able to just not work for a few months. So it's cool that they're doing that. But it'd be nice to, kind of return to normal. But who knows when that'll be.
Yeah, it might be a very, very long time. It sounds like a long time.
I'm kind of curious too, like, now that the beaches have opened, how many people have flocked to going to the beach so quickly. I wonder if people would just dismiss, just go to a concert again like normal. I personally, I don't think I would. I would wait a while, but I wouldn't be surprised also if people just went and didn't care.
Mm-hmm. Well, the beach has opened up out here. I have gone to the beach. I have gone, and I sat on the sand maybe like 5-10 minutes. And the beaches out here are different than LA County. LA County, I think it's a lot more impacted with people, especially like Huntington Beach and all of those. But out here, they were pretty calm, and I don't think a lot of people were getting kicked off them too much. Maybe I think it's like Border Patrol that kicks people off, but they would kind of drive by and say, hey, you got to keep moving. But the day it opened, you're right, people did flock to it immediately. Like you said. I'm curious to see what will be the first concert in California. That's got to be a huge, huge thing in itself. The venue, that's going to be huge on the venue. That venue's going to take a big risk. And then, can people sue? Can people, sue? Hey, I got corona at this concert. Is there going to be, no liability thing? Right, yeah. I mean, that's a whole
If that made the news, that would just shut down everything.
Right. Hey, I went to a concert at Staples Center, and all these, hundreds of people, thousands of people are getting corona. Staples Center is now taking, a huge hit. So, it's going to be a huge risk for whoever is... I guess takes that risk too.
you'll be known as the place that like is spreading corona at this place, and then people won't want to go there.
Right. And then like, oh no way, like all these people got corona at Staples Center. Fuck that, I'm not going to that. Like, forget that. It's horrible.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean, the really interesting part to me of this is the people, doing quarantine shows, live shows from their whatever garage or living room or something. Right. That's been really cool to see. I don't know, people just...
The creativity.
It's kind of cool to see. Yeah, it's very creative. It's something new, something different. It's like we're all kind of shows that we're all going through this.
Do you think those are here to stay now, though? Like, do you think there would be, let's just say, like, you can go to a concert, but now they can virtually stream it, and you can buy tickets to watch it virtually live. That could be a whole new thing in itself.
Yeah.
Because you no longer have to be there in person. I mean, obviously you want to. Most people probably want to. But hey, if there's a cool, like, festival in Chicago or New York or something, and you live in California and you can't make it, but you're like, hey, I'm going to stream it from my TV.
Well, I think that's a great idea in general because I mentioned on one of our posts the other day that my favorite band is Radiohead. So to be quite honest, I know a lot of really big Radiohead fans who are like diehard, and I'm sure there's that occurs for every type of fan base for any kind of band. But in my experience, if they streamed their shows, each one, I honestly would pay like a few bucks to watch them every night because I enjoy it that much, and that's potential money they could be making. And, it's keeping them safe and everybody more quarantined. And so I think that's definitely something to consider. It's definitely not the same as a live experience, but it is an alternative. I know there's a band that they're a Beatles cover band that my family knows, and they're actually setting up a studio to record themselves playing in. And it's going to be like a pay-per-view type of thing. So they're going to ask fans to pay like $5, and you can tune into the stream. And it's a really cool idea, kind of like for the people watching, it gets your mind off things. You're supporting a band. Kind of everybody wins. So I know they're going to start asking other bands if they want to come into the studio on their own and kind of just film themselves. So yeah, that's another option. Kind of concerts from home. A real concert, not just one person.
I was thinking, exactly, and I was thinking too that I was like, that's a whole new avenue. All right, this headphone's dying, but can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Eric? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can hear.
I was thinking too, that's a whole nother avenue right there, right? I think we're going to start seeing virtual concerts. Where even like stuff like this, where when you go on like YouTube Live and you have like a chat where like you can chat with other fans on something. I mean, some of my favorite videos I like to watch is live concerts on YouTube that were from years ago. Right, we've been doing the live music mayhem, showing different artists live music, and I think that's something that's here to stay. Like you said, the virtual concerts. It's going to be, I think, a new thing. I think that's going to be something that people can watch from their phone, their computer, wherever they're at. And it's a huge money boost to artists, right? You no longer have to worry about just selling out a show. You can now have people from around the world tuning into your concert and making money out of that. And like you said, it's such a huge way for them to make money because they're so limited in the ways that they can make money. That's a great new avenue.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be probably the best route for maybe like another year or so, just to kind of see where things go and see how, what happens in the next few months. I mean, I guess it's kind of getting better at the moment, but, who knows, once we start going outside again and start doing events, like what's going to happen, or is the number going to go up? Is it going to be even? Who knows? So I think having virtual concerts is the way to go for, maybe another 4 or 5 months, 6 months, who knows.
Right, yeah. This guy, it's going to go more digital. Zillowation Records. I agree. It's going to definitely go more digital. I think that could be a whole new thing now, too. Bands now have to get a digital person on their team. How can we get our music out now digitally live? Like you said, people are now making studios in their houses. But you could get really creative with it. You could shoot a live concert at the fucking beach because you can live stream if you got like a good setup crew and you set up your band there because you could stream all over the place. There's a band out here called Aviator Stash and they shot a really cool video like right on the beach. And I was thinking like now they can probably have a concert there, and live stream it. People watch it from all over the place. So, I mean, it's crazy times. With any pandemic or bad times, and the creativity comes out, and good things always come from it. Maybe not in the moment. Music is definitely here to stay. Well, live music is definitely here to stay. It just may be different, but hey, it could be better. You never know. This is crazy times, but we have to wait and see. And I tell you what, it'd be also really cool for everyone to save their first ticket that they go to after coronavirus, right? Like, hey, this is the first concert I went to after Corona, because that's kind of a historic thing,
Well, I bought, I don't know if you saw, but Nine Inch Nails, they were supposed to do a tour this year. I think it was like 10 dates or something. So they had ordered all this merchandise to sell on the tour. It has all the dates, and they're actually supposed to play here in LA and San Diego. But they bought it and they have it now, but of course they can't go on tour now. So they started selling it on their website. But I mean, they're doing the cool thing and giving all the proceeds to like health workers, and I forget exactly what it is, but it's going to a good cause. So, but it's cool. I ended up buying one because it's like kind of just a memento of like everything that happened this year. Like this is like something that didn't happen, and it's just I find it kind of interesting and kind of funny. But there's like I said, there's a whole. I think something good is going to come out of it. I think there's a lot of money in making digital concerts.
Me too. It's huge.
Going back to Radiohead, I mean, especially here in LA, it's so hard to get tickets to their concerts. If they filmed the show and streamed it live, they would make even that much more money because there'd be so many people that couldn't get tickets that wanted to see it.
Right.
And they could, any band could be doing that nightly. I mean, it's not easy to have a film crew like film your show, but I mean, if you just had a stationary camera somewhere, there'd be enough people to, probably pay a couple bucks.
Yeah, definitely. A couple bucks if you get to watch it, and all that can go to the band or in the camera crew. Like it's, I think it's similar to sports in a way where, if you live in a city and that city doesn't sell out on NFL Sunday, if they don't sell out, then that city can't watch the football game, right? And then suddenly you're stuck to like having to buy DirecTV or something. But let's just say like they sold a package where I can subscribe to all of only Raider games. All I want to buy is a package for only Raider games. I think every Raider fan. Well, yeah, maybe for Raider fans, not much to watch there. But I think they would buy it, right? I think it's similar to music. You can have your favorite band. You don't have to go to every concert to see them now. Buy something, a digital ticket. No, you can see them over digital. A nice concert like that. And like you said, people will buy it.
Yeah, definitely. We're kind of going to different industries now, but it's kind of like with streaming also and cable. It's like people don't want to spend $100 on, DirecTV for a bunch of channels they're not going to watch. So they'd rather, I'd probably rather spend $5 to get my favorite channel than $100 for a bunch of channels that I won't watch. Which
right.
That channel is probably making probably making more money off of that $5 than the $100 that they're probably getting. Barely.
Remember too, like satellite selling point would be like you get like 400 channels. You watch like four or five of them. You'd be flipping through half of the channel. I don't watch any of this shit. What am I paying for all this for? I think that's kind of similar to this. In the sense you could really dial in on what you want to see too. And then hey, let's just say like Coachella, right? You want to see one artist, and you don't like any of the other artists, so you can pay a fee to just see your artist streamed, and that's it. And you don't have to pay.
Well,
it could be divvied up. Well, I'm just saying.
Coachella already streams.
Well, they already stream.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. If it could apply to any festival or show.
Right, like any festival or show where, you buy like a 3-day ticket or something like that. And then just, hey, I don't want to watch all these. I just want to watch my one favorite band.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that's the ideal answer, but then you're missing out on, what did I miss? Because a lot of the bands that I discovered over the years is someone I didn't even know, and they opened for, a band that I love. And I'm like, wait, who's this? Obviously, they most likely pick them to open for them because they like them. So kind of trust their judgment, who they're having playing with them. So it's just, there's arguments for both. I mean, I think ultimately nothing will replace a live concert. But, yeah, I mean, I think like our last comment says, if it goes back to normal, I mean, who knows if it will. I don't see, the line markers ever going away anymore. I really don't. To go inside buildings or waiting for stuff. I kind of feel like that's going to be the new normal. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and I think it's on people's minds now. I don't know. I'm a clean freak, to be honest. I have washed my hands a billion times, even before this, just because I think about what everybody touches, and then they touch something else, and it's just, who knows what is on the surfaces we're all touching. But I think now it's kind of ingrained in people's brain, that idea, and I don't think that's going away.
No, not for a long time. I mean, not for a long time. It's like you said, people are definitely more sanitary now. So, we'll have to see. I think we got one person here. If it goes back to normal. But, yeah, I don't know if you want to wrap this up now. There's only...
What time is it? We said happy hour.
Oh, happy hour. Oh, sorry. I just noticed it's 6:40.
No, it's fine. I guess we could talk about... Should we talk about you and I?
Yeah, how we got started on this. I
wanted to basically, my mission for this is to just appreciate music, whether it be live, vinyl, whatever. It doesn't have to be any type of format. There's so many people that are passionate about music in every form it comes in, and I just wanted to, kind of spread that in a community of some sort. And so far, I've met a bunch of people. Now Shane's with us and contributing a lot to what we are. And so I just wanted to ask the question of what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want music news? Do you want vinyl appreciation type stuff? Do you want a mixture of everything? So far, we've kind of just been doing a mixture of everything because, in my opinion, seeing kind of the same content over and over gets a little boring. So we try to just think of different things to post, appreciating music in every type of form. But yeah, if you want to message us what maybe you want to see, what do you think would be good to show up? Shane, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, too. I think when you first started this too, I remember you started showing me, and it was funny. I really liked the idea, and I really like the
Which you
idea of
had your
people
own
spending-
going too.
Which I had my own going too, right? I had my own going too.
We didn't know about it.
Different. We didn't know about it. And then when I saw Eric's, I liked his idea of people sending in a picture of their vinyl, writing, hey, why do you like this vinyl? Why do you like this album? Eric and I have been big music guys since we were kids. What we discovered, there's a huge vinyl community out there on Instagram, and Eric and I didn't come across this on our own accounts. Like, I didn't know there was people posting daily with, like, their vinyls, like a vinyl community, really, on Instagram. I didn't know that was that until I joined Eric with Amplify Me Music. And now that I see this huge music community, I think you go to concerts and obviously you have the same taste in music, but then you just go home. I think we have a goal here, Amplify Me Music, is to get people together, talking about music, discovering new music. We want to create one place for people to do that. Like, when you think Amplify Me, it's going to be good music content, new music content, and a community of people that you can relate to because you like the same type of music. I think that's really Eric's mission here. When he showed me his idea, I was really for it. I hopped on with him. I've been helping him since. It's been a little road now, but we finally had 1,000 followers. I know it doesn't sound crazy, but to Eric and I it does. And I see so many other vinyl people out there with like thousands of followers. And, that's definitely our goal. But like Eric was saying, we don't only want to create that type of content. We want to become creative and very progressive thinking in how we create Amplify Me music. So if you guys have any idea, any input, I think we have some ideas moving forward for a way to discover new artists. If you guys want to send us DMs or, contribute to any sense of that, that'd be awesome. But yeah, you can either really DM us here, Amplify Me Music, or on Eric's and myself's personal account. We'll post that up for you guys too. But yeah, definitely. I mean, we're changing seasons here. This is like the official start of summer now. This would normally be concert music season. We're going to be quarantined for a while, so hopefully Eric and I can come up with some creative ideas to get good music to you guys even while you're at home.
Yeah, and to go off of that, I mean, it's not about the number of followers. It really doesn't matter. It's more about just having a lot of input. I'm curious to know what people are listening to all over the world. People have different reasoning for what they listen to. We have different access to different things, and my favorite thing is when somebody shows me something that's really good and I've never heard of it. I'm like, where did you find this? And so that's also my goal, is just to give everyone a platform to, speak up and say hey, have you heard of this band? No. Well, what's a good song? So, I mean, that's ultimately what I would love to do. Kind of, if you start off with new music, I think people aren't interested enough because nobody knows who they are, and it's hard to gain interest in something where you have no idea about them. So we're trying to right now show off kind of what we like. There are a lot of bigger bands, more popular, but our taste goes pretty deep, and we'll start probably venturing in that. But it's a good way to show people what we're about. And I want to hear what you're about. What are you listening to? What can you recommend? If you want to show yourself holding a vinyl that you're proud of, then that's awesome. That's perfect. If you want to just send us a link to an artist and a song, that's awesome too. But yeah, eventually I want to just start focusing more on, new music and what's out there, because I kind of struggle finding new stuff now. I know it's all around us. There's easier ways to do it. But I also feel that since anybody can post anything on, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever, good stuff gets lost in that. I would say there's probably a lot of bad stuff too, which is not interesting. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, because I used to find music, at concerts or through friends' recommendations, through, I don't know, interesting album covers. But that's all kind of changed. It's all gone digital, and it's all, on SoundCloud. And how do you find stuff like that? I guess people use Spotify a lot. I don't use it, but I hear that's a good way with playlists and stuff. Maybe I should stop being so old and grumpy and just give in. But
I use Spotify. I use Spotify.
Yeah. So maybe one day. I do have it. I just don't use it.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, it's the music industry isn't true culture. It's all. But
bamboozled. You're right.
I agree with what this guy's saying. There is so much. I hate to say it. There's so much garbage out there. There's so many people out there. It's horrible music, right? And we know the Nirvanas of the world. We know the Nine Inch Nails of the world. The Stevie Nicks. We know the music that we grew up on. That's another thing, right? The future of music now. Everyone can create music. Back in the day, I think you actually had to be talented to make music. Nowadays, you can make a beat, a different. Music has changed a lot. But I agree with how Eric's saying. You want to find good type of music, and we also want to find music that's here to stay. I think that's one thing in today's world. A lot of the music that might be at the top, 5-10 years from now, you don't listen to it anymore. It's not like a Led Zeppelin album. Because there's just so much stuff out there. I mean, there's just so much music out there now. How do you fumble through it all? So I agree. I think myself and Eric want to create some sort of avenue for new artists to be discovered that's good quality music. I think that we both have pretty good taste in music. I mean, that's obviously going to be subjective to a sense. But if we can create a following of people that have similar music tastes, most of the time, you're going to like similar style of music. I think that's how we've kind of started this. And now we could take it in a different direction of finding new artists. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys know new artists, maybe that it's not on vinyl yet. They don't, it's so new. Feel free to send it to us. We'll listen to it. If we like it, we could repost it. But I think that's our goal here. And then I'll let Eric finish up.
Yeah. So again, we just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We just kind of wanted to put a face to this account. Hold on. What does it say? 200 unknown artists out there. All right. Let's see it. Let's see it. We'll go through all of them.
This guy said most underrated band of all time is Linkin Park.
See,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about all time, but they're good.
But underrated implies that they had no success.
They had success. They were huge. They were huge at one point, man. They were huge.
But maybe you're talking about like respectability wise, which I can agree with. They were laughed off as a rap rock band.
Yeah, I don't think they were taken serious.
Right.
At all. Chester, like how you said, like a rap rock style band.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah. I guess finishing.
And let us know too if you want. Let us know. Sorry, if you want Eric and myself to keep doing these, we can have different topics. Talking every week. Different happy hours.
I even was thinking, we could trade off and talk to different people.
Right.
Like we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want any topics to be talked about or whatever, just let us know. But we just wanted to thank you, for coming along with us. I go back to when I think I was 9 or 10, and lo and behold, I was watching MTV, and that's where I first discovered Nine Inch Nails, who was one of my favorite bands now of all time. And I miss that. I miss having a big platform to show me, different types of music. Number one, MTV doesn't play music anymore. Number two, I don't think they'd be playing Nine Inch Nails today.
Definitely not, dude.
So it's surprising, or it's crazy to me to think that they actually, gave that type of music a platform like that. But anyways, my point is I want a place to go where I can find something new, and I would like this place to be it. And I want people to, if you don't like something, that's okay. You don't have to like everything. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's subjective to their own music taste, and that's okay. I find that music changes, your taste changes over time. So, maybe one day you'll come back to it and be like, oh, okay, I see what this person was talking about, or maybe you never will. That's okay too. But, I just want people to basically, we love music. We love that you guys love music. And we want this to be a place where you can come and show that. So thank you guys for joining us. Maybe we'll do this next week. We'll find something else to talk about. If you enjoyed this, let us know. But thanks, and we will see you guys soon.
Hey, Seuss, sorry, we're just wrapping up here, dude, but what's going on? Thanks for logging in. We're just wrapping up. But, yeah, thanks for, following us, for logging in. Like how Eric was saying, maybe next week we'll do this again. Platform for finding new good music. So you guys can send us a DM, follow myself or Eric on our personal accounts. That'd be awesome. And have a good Memorial Day weekend, guys.
See you guys.
I'll talk to you later, Eric.
All right, Shane. See you later. Bye, guys.
All right, see you.